upon request, here will be Division 3, Round 2 of Season 9 in the Toyota GT1 race for Race on Oz. Races to be held at the Tokyo South Expressway clockwise and doing 33 laps with the self-inflicted rolling start. These are the qualifying results. I'm trying to work on doing 2 divisions a week with some help from Emmo. As the formation lap draws to a close, everyone's starting to bunch back up. We will be coming up to the start finish section with Tolly will be nominating the start. He'll be the one that will let the race go as he gets into the zone, and he boots it straight away, gets the jump straight away on Hogs, followed by Cobber, which is Glenn and the Duck. Brits Lightning in behind, coming all through as we come straight down the hill and heading up into the double hairpin. We'll see what happens. Hogs is having a go at Tolly, looking for a dive up on the inside to get a good run on the inside. We've got 4 wide down the canyon. That is big thing. Brits Lightning spins, lets people through. It's Carnage back there. Emmo makes it through. He is now up into 6th spot. Glenn is having a go around Anders as things start settling down. We will check back to the first position. We still have Tolly in first, closely followed by Hogs. Cobber is in 3rd. Eccles 4th. Savage Duck, Emmo, Ozglen, Evil Moon, Anders, TGT, Controller. We're now heading into the other dangerous part of the track. Everyone into the pit straight hairpin. We all just zipping around carefully. Looks like no major incident there. Unfortunately, Brits Lightning lucked out on all that in the double hairpin. Right, start of lap 2 of this race. And everyone now starting to get in the single file and the race has settled down somewhat. Div 3 has one of the closest fields where the top drivers and the bottom drivers, they're all within half a second of each other. So it can be very close racing happening here. We're riding with the Duck as he is all over the tail of Eccles. Will there be an overtake happening here? Eccles blocking the inside here. Duck on the outside. They're going into the hairpin. Eccles just lets him through around on the outside. Eccles hoping he'll have to speed up the inside. Maybe just holds back and lets the pushy Duck get through. Maybe just a case that Eccles has just lost a bit of momentum, bit of rhythm, and that might be just all it takes. Even a little bit of confidence he might have dropped, and now he's got Emmo breathing down his neck as we go into the double hairpin. Just going in a little bit tight. Emmo is right on his tail, setting himself up probably to have a crack at him as we get down to the pit stop hairpin. We've got Glenn and Emmo duking it out. They are really fighting to get around Emmo. Controller God gets a shunt by Ozglen. Evil Moon gets around, and the two of them, unfortunately for Controller loses it again. Anders gets around. TGT gets around. Does he? A bit messy. Controller's not got a good enough momentum there. TGT being the good teammate for Selby Racing, just holding in there, making sure no one else gets around. Hogs coming into the hairpin here, going a little bit too hot, turning around and gives the Duck a good overtake. Just surrenders the position to the duck. Coming into the double hairpin here. We've got Hogs, Cobber. Cobber's going a bit deep. The duck gets around in a better cornering, a better inside corner. Hogs and the duck both past Cobber. Cobber a bit out of control, spins. Oh, runs into Eccles. We have carnage. Eccles struck both tail and in. Just gets through and is Eccles down to 10th, 9th position. Cobber's been bashed around. It's not a good look. Everything's a mess here. What a frustrating end from 2nd to 13th. Poor Cobber. Just in that one double hairpin. This sort of shows how close this whole group is to each other. One little mishap and suddenly you're miles behind everyone else. So we've got Cobber and Controller, and Brits Lightning with a lot of catching up to do. Well, it's still only early days in the race. Anything can happen. So at the beginning of the 8th lap we have Tolly in the lead, followed by Hogs, which is closely followed by Savage Duck. Emmo in 4th, Evil Moon in 5th, Glenn in 6th, Anders in 7th, challenging positions. TGT also challenging. We could throw a small postage stamp over the top of them quite easily. Eccles, after that mishap, is in 9th. Brits Lightning, 10th. Kieran Brown, or what's known as Tactical Homework, in 11th. Copper Supreme in 12th. Controller God, 13th. We have Eccles having a look down the inside of Glenn. Glenn, a bit tail heavy, straightens himself up on Eccles. I don't know if that's legal. They seem to come out, neither of them damaged, so maybe it's okay. So we've got Brits Lightning chasing down these two. It's coming through here up into the final corner of this lap. Eccles, bit tail heavy, perpendicular to the wall, and not in a good spot. Trying to get off the driver's line, does a flip spin, hits Tactical Homework, and we've got everyone here. Controller God, Cobber, just get through. It got another hang. Cobber Supreme not having a good race, knocked out unconscious. Not a good race at all for him. For those who want to see it, and I know you all do, to see pure filth of driving, this is what happens when you put a duck in a man's role. Perpendicular to the wall. Now try to get out of the racing line. Let's see if anyone else gets through. No, that's not how you do a 3-point turn. And Moon gets through. TGT gets through. Anders gets through. So far we've got the top 3 drivers. They're the only ones which haven't come to grief in any sort of issue here, with Tolly in 1st, Hogs in 2nd, Emmo in 3rd. Shows what happens in this particular league anyway. If you do no mistakes, you can be 1st. Doesn't matter where you are in the grid. Everyone's very close in regards to positions. Okay, Evil Moon, one of the drivers for Gamesman Racing, coming up through into the S's section, following through. Well, he does a bit tail spin. He is spinning. How many rotations do you get to go around a Moon? Well, he's lost 3, maybe 4 positions out of that little mix-up. 4 positions lost with a huge spin. So far in this race, there's really 2 choice spots to overtake someone. It's either down here on this long windy bit down through the tunnel, and you come up to the pit stop hairpin, and do a dive or put pressure on somebody to get around. And we've got Hogs just got the better run. Tolly a bit tail heavy out of there, and Hogs is now drag race to the next corner. Not in the best position around the outside, but coming up he might have the inside run on the next corner, and he does. And Tolly lost it into the wall a little bit, surrenders it to Hogs. Now Tolly, who out of the rhythm, out of position, gives Emmo a chance to have the overtake, and he is right on the tail fin of Tolly. Tolly, a little bit of rhythm lost in there, and you've lost a lot of time. Tolly blocks Emmo. Emmo looking for the time to overtake. Thought about it there. Might go down to the next corner where is the other choice spot. Get into the clipstream and then get up on the inside, which he's done, and then be the first to the apex here of this corner. As you go through 3 consecutive right-hand turns by a left-hand turn, you can see Emmo is now in second position. And now looking to chase down Hogs. I hope I got his name correct. Pit window is officially open for single stoppers, and we have the duck going into the pits badly. We have a lap later, third position driver Tolly, he dives into the pits. Pretty much a lot better, smoother way than what the duck did earlier. And is also considering going to the pits. Goes into the pits, lets TGT go through. Glenn into the pits also. Fritz Lightning into the pits. Moon into the pits. Controller God into the pits. Still some drivers are yet to pit. We've got Emmo, next car to pit, and with tyres on life support and fuel on empty. Next to pit, lap 19 is Eccles. Right, the final 2 drivers yet to pit is Hogs as he drives into the pits. Currently in second position, TGT. He'll be diving into the pits as well, right behind Hogs. But Hogs filling up fuel already. He won't be long and out. Short pit stay in the car park here. We'll see where TGT ends up as he finally finishes up. We have, looking down there, Emmo's got around, Tolly's got around, TGT still filling up. Anders might get around. Anders turning the corner now, up on the top right corner you can see the map. Anders gets around, TGT dives out in front of Glenn, just in front of Glenn. Glenn gets around him. Savage Duck looks like he's stuck behind his teammate in TGT. Doubt there will be any pushing and shoving resulting in that. Last thing you want to do is put your teammate in the wall and cost points for the team. And saying that, Savage Duck having a look around the inside of TGT, probably going against race orders. TGT giving a wide berth to let his teammate through, probably realised his teammate's got warmer tyres. Might be able to just use his draft for a little while and hunt down Osglin. Speaking of which, this is one of the most filthiest looking manoeuvres you'll ever see. You're seeing a duck get around a man like this. Little bit of a touch, but still clean racing. These 3 drivers here we're looking at, they're all in VR, and there is spots, a lot of blind spots inside this car, even the radar. So TGT, Osglin, and Savage Duck, both VR, all 3 are VR racers. That manoeuvre, I hate to say it, not blowing my own trumpet, was a very hard manoeuvre because my arm was covering the radar there. Glenn gave plenty of room for me to get around. Thanks for that, Glenn. We have here Glenn taking his position back off the duck, as the duck has mishandled his corners here, hits the wall there wide, gives Glenn a plenty of run up on the inside there, got nowhere to go, can't block him there. Glenn gets good turn into the corner and takes his position back over the duck. A lap later, and we've got the two Selby Racing drivers chasing down the Coca-Cola privateer here. As Glenn is blocking the duck goes up on the inside here. As another turn around just like before. This time no touchy-feelies. And the duck gets a run out. Alright, we have tactical homework going into the pits. Unusual time to go into the pits. Maybe he was planning a two-stopper, hoping for fresh tyres towards the end. Maybe make up on controller there. As you can see, Cobber and Eccles, they've retired for this round. And both having rotten races. Sad to see these two, both very strong competitors, missing out on this race, just not having a good one, a race to forget about. We are now at the start of the final lap with Hogues racing the team Paganian. I don't even know if I can pronounce that one right. I'm sure Emmo will fact check that. Thank you, Emmo, for the notes for this race. As we have Hogues leading into the last lap for the final time, with Emmo a good way back, quite comfortable second. He's not going to do you only live only once moments. We have Tolly in third with his front left tyre on life support, probably living in a iron lung at the moment, this particular tyre, just limping it through. Anders chasing down Tolly. He might be able to have a chance for getting a podium out of this. He's got life in his tyres. Duck in fifth, trailing down Anders. And we got Glenn a bit further back on the duck. TGT can see, but too far back to really do anything the last. Same goes with Brits Lightning. Moon and Controller God duking it out. That might be interesting to see who will get 9th or 10th. And fresh pair of tyres for tactical homework. But maybe his internet's not that great either. It's playing up on him. He's a bit chuggy here at the moment, which isn't ideal. We come across, first place is Hogues, followed by Emmo in second place. To round out the podium, will Anders get on Tolly? Don't think so, just not quite enough track left in the race for Tolly. Makes up third, Anders in fourth, the Duck fifth, Glenn sixth, TGT making up seventh, Brits Lightning not too far behind in eighth, and we've got the battle here for 9th and 10th. It looks like Evil Moon will hold out 9th, with Controller God not having his best race, coming in 10th. Leave us with tactical homework, just making up the tail of the race runners at the moment, and he will finish in 11th place. And then of course we got the two did not finish guys in Eccles and Cobber, who retired with car difficulties, we'll say. I'll leave it at that. This is the race results for this particular race. I have to thank Emmo for doing the notes on this. Without him doing the heavy lifting on the notes, I wouldn't have been able to get this video done out in time. For more information in regards to this race and other races, go to raceonoz.com and head to the GT7 section. Look up all the events and timings. We'll see you next time. Till all are one.